My friends, welcome to Beyond the Stage. Oh, we need a little more. Come on, players. We're Matt Waters in a recipe, and it's about time we get cooking.
Hey, man! Starting out hot there, man. Well, welcome to Beyond the Stage Live. Appreciate y'all being here. We are live streaming right now on Facebook. So anyone at home that's watching the show, that wants to check out Matt Waters' music for the first time, please leave a comment if it's a first time watcher. You know, we're here for all the entertainment, so you're going to get it all tonight with this funk, man. Pretty excited, but you guys sounded great. You guys are just tight right off the bat from the start. So
Thanks, bud. These guys are good. They take care of things, okay? I'm just here to shake. I kicked a plan, unfortunately, so I apologize to our beautiful sponsors for the assault of the greenery.
Yeah, we'll get to the sponsors in just a moment. But before we get to all that, I'd like to get some introductions on who we have on the stage, so everyone at home can, and then the crowd, the studio audience, we got people in the crowd. We're feeling good right now, so.
I'll start in from your right, my left. Make some noise for Nick. Matt Hands, William on the auxiliary percussion tonight. My brother from another mother and the sweet pilot of this gorgeous spaceship, Mr. Nick Hack on the drum kit. And then insatiably sexy, captain of the low end, Mr. Johnny Disco on the bass guitar, everybody. Don't give him a mic, he only speaks the truth.
Onions!
Yeah, straight onions. I'm Matt Waters, everybody, and I am going to be standing in the front of this beautiful recipe tonight. Thank you.
Hey! Thank you for being here. And who do we have on the couch tonight?
Oh, this is my beautiful sister, Laura. She is the one that taught me to be a little extra at a young age. She also made every meal I had after school from the ages of 4th grade through sophomore year in high school.
Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Every Beyond the Stage Live, we have someone on the couch. I call him an icebreaker, guest host, kind of facilitate. Any questions for me, the band, anyone? Matt, the crowd, if they want to come up and be a part of the show, we're here to see what happens. So, but thank you for being here. So I'll ask you. Mic check on the second. Yeah, so I want to just, we'll get to music in just a quick second, but so we got these guys. I know there's more people that you play with on the regular, right?
Yeah, so this is not the full iteration of Matt Waters in the recipe. We got Chris Keith on the saxophone, Jason Branscombe on the trombone, and the original member of the recipe, Mr. DeMarco Thomas on the keys. But those daddies got kids, and on Thursday night, they cannot be with us.
Ah, yes, it's a Thursday thing, you know, we like to do Thursday nights, but shout out to them because, you know, they make it all go, too. I mean, you got a squad with you.
That's for damn sure.
Pretty amazing musicians. I mean, two percussion back here. We got stuff going on. Like,
They make it fun. They spank those things.
I can see it. So before we get to the music, though, I am going to give a shout out to the sponsors and then our art vendor in the back room as well. So we're going to give a shout out to Feel Art. He's set up in the back. So you can go see his, yeah. Chad Coburn, his art is so dope. Just go check it out, check what he's got, walk home with a piece, we won't be mad about it, you know what I mean? And in the back room, there's also a sponsors wall, so you'll see the logo, you'll see a QR code, so you can just check out what they're doing. We got Mayor Law. She is Jackie Mayor Law. She's a defense attorney. She's amazing, and her personality is through the roof. She's just so wild and a great time. So give a shout out to Jackie Mayer. She is in the crowd tonight, so please say hi, yes. Please do. We also have Kelly Weber of Kelly's Cleaning Service is another sponsor, so give a shout out to Kelly Weber. We also have a company called Threadworks, owned by Wes Weber, so give Threadworks a shout out if you get your merch printed. Then we have the Native brand, which is Jay Banks and myself and Andrew Eisler. We have a store on the levee, Newport on the levee, called Native on the Levee. Please come down and check us out. We streetwear, we have clues in the store that lead you to a secret place, so come check us out. And yeah, appreciate you. And then finally, we are huge supporters that provided the plants. Leaf and Limb on the levee. So give Leaf and Limb a shout out. We love them. They're awesome. They provide the plants, and they also are for sale, all three of them. So if you want to walk home with the plant, we can talk after the show. So yeah, hey, you know what? Right? We're jamming with the living over here, so remember that. But all right, we got the sponsors in. We'll talk about them a little bit later as well. But let's jam a little bit. We got the introductions. The music's funky, let's go.
Sounds good to me, y'all. This next song is a reminder that when you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror, you have an opportunity to choose to see the best version of yourself if you want to. So keep kicking ass the way you know how. This song is called Recover Me.
I'm so sleepy, ain't no way around it. Not every day is sunshine and rainbows, so some days you can just hold on, my friends. Life ain't all good, but you gotta make it great. Sleeping in the streets, without the hints of our feet, without the name of the family, some trombone concrete, foundation shaking down, some laps of thunder, trying to keep it down. Oh, we still out of bounds. Nothing to show. I'm broken, I'm down. It's not so now, now. Can't you see what's going down? Why don't you just turn the head down? show. No. My friends, I need you to scream for Johnny Disco. He is the reason they rotate your tires, because he's going to take some tread off them bitches, okay? We ain't going to last when the road's too slick. Want us to give him one more? We're going to take a second. I'd like to breathe for a moment.
Yeah, breathe for a little bit, man. Let's breathe, let's talk a little.
John just gave me chronic asthma.
Yeah, so everyone's a part of the conversation, so anyone that wants to chime in, anything, any ideas, we're gonna, yeah, let's do that.
Something that's not talked about is growing up with a musician and puberty.
Yeah, okay.
Because Matt's voice is lovely to listen to now.
Now.
But in 07,
Alright.
holy shit. When I say I've never screamed shut up so many times in my life, I mean it. But now he's an icon. So we're here for it. But I just want everyone to know that Matt is a human, he's not a superhuman, although his sweet self seems as such. But at one point in time, he did go through puberty, as all people. And it was really hard to listen to, but you have made it on the other side, and I'm very proud to be on this side of the journey and not on the former.
That's big siblings, everybody. Make some noise for my shoes.
That is something I think is the first time we've talked about on this show, because I'm interested in growth.
She's always known as growth.
Right, yeah, in growth. You know what I mean?
Each topics is my jam.
I see that.
One time she was babysitting me and she locked me in the pantry for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, you deserved it.
That was good.
But you were surrounded by food, so.
I'm an educator.
You couldn't turn around. I was facing the door, dog.
Oh.
The room was there. It's good not cheap.
It doesn't
Just
sound
have a
bad
feel
as
for
it
the
was.
foreign
Like, he had probably 1 inch in there, but he deserved it. And you know, he's a better person for it, and you're welcome for the character development.
Character development.
That's what I would call
What a
it.
good crap. Like,
Yeah, you know.
upside to it, you know what I mean?
I made you who you are today. I would just want to put that out there. Not you, Mom. You're great, but it was me. It was on me.
Shout out Mom, though.
Shut up, Mom. It's hot.
Yes. I like where this was going. So,
I'm good at this.
yeah, I can tell. We always have a spot on the couch. So, with that being said, growing up in a family, supportive, little back, like going for music as a living is always a.
So none of my siblings played an instrument.
But I can dance my ass off.
Yeah, they were strictly athletes. And then as I saw my sister grow up, she started becoming her louder, truer self. And I would watch her dress as a nun and lead pep rallies at her high school, and that shit was fantastic. And I felt encouraged in that way to start reaching for the character that I wanted to be in my life. And I saw someone who wasn't afraid to make a fool to find out what they could bring out of other people. She got that permission from people to be fucking crazy, and I like that.
Got the green light. Got the green light going, you know? Green light
go there.
Right?
That is weird because I allowed him to. I allowed him the opportunity, so I just want that to be known. So
You're the gatekeeper.
I set the tone. So we have 2 older brothers, then there's me. So Matt is so blessed. Shut up, Phil. Phil. Stay there.
Shout out.
Shut up, Phil. We love you.
Matt, tell them about how I have the most rhythm.
Yeah.
He has the most rhythm. He said he's the most rhythm.
My oldest brother, he could definitely play a drum kit if he wanted to, just hasn't taken the time. And then one day in our adult lives, I found out that he could whistle like nobody's business. So I'm trying to get that feature on a track.
It's because of the onions.
Laura can shake it, but she can't sing. I'll tell you that.
I can shake
We'll give her
my-
a moment on the
I can shake my shit. Yeah, but Phil can whistle to the Yang Yang Twins like no one's business. I've seen it firsthand. It's real good quality stuff.
I mean, we have time to listen.
Come whistle.
Ooh. But yeah, so supportive family and obviously siblings are involved. So that's a it makes total sense based on getting to know you over the years, you know, and like understanding the compassion you bring and the intentionality that you have shown. We recently got to do a small podcast.
Yeah, we did the Wesley Wade yesterday.
Yeah,
Nice to
Wesley
sit
Wade,
down for a couple hours in advance.
Yeah, it was so fun. The setup was super cool. He's got legit, his world was legit, I will say.
It's my parents' basement. You want to talk about supportive family? I'm running the Duke Energy bill, okay?
Yeah.
And I got that good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we had birds flying, you know. But when I was there, what I noticed the most is how hospitable of a host you were. You know what I mean? And I'm usually, playing host to a degree, so it was kind of nice to walk in and be able to you talk about my past a little bit, about the history. We talked about RuneScape, playing pigs, and all those things, like stuff I haven't talked about in a long time. But the thing is, there's an important process to get to this point from beyond the stage, all the stuff that I went through in music, and you learn how to play bass and all those things, And as I learned the same, preparing for this, that the hospitality that you showed, with the intentionality of the room and everything in it, and all the mini drum kit, all the things.
I jam on that shit all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. It's not good. I'm not saying it's good, but I mean,
That's subjective.
I love to let loose on that little shit.
I bet. It was so convenient. I wanted to jump on it, but we had to be
You should come back over and do it.
I'd love to. The dogs were cool too.
Yeah.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs.
Going off that though, Matt is, and I won't be emo, but Matt is genuinely the nicest person I've ever met. Like I was Matt's best woman in his wedding.
Woman.
Hey, that's a great
flag. Woo! We are besties for the resties. Phil, you're subpar. I was the best woman. But mom, again, you're hot, you know. But genuinely, Matt is the easiest person to be around, and I know that he's the nicest person you'll ever. It's the first thing I tell people. It's the sweetest person I've ever met, and that is a objective statement. That is not subjective.
And it shows. It shows in music. It shows in how you carry yourself, and it shows in the energy for anyone that picks up on that. So, but I do want to shift a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna give a quick shout out to Tom DeLong of Blink-182 for Aliens Exist. All right. Let's talk a little bit about some paranormal and some conspiracy. Let's talk there. Let's go.
So about 4 months ago, we were driving back from a road gig. Okay, we were playing Miami, Ohio, not to be confused with driving back from Miami. You know what I'm saying? Okay, moving on. So I was the DD, and we got a late drive till like 4 a.m. And then I'm not going to tell you which one of these gentlemen up here, but I had a very inebriated passenger. We're talking about life in the cosmos, and I swear, right as we drove past Fort Wright, I saw them taking off into somewhere I didn't want to know where they were going, but I would definitely like a ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting.
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I thought about Tom.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
why is there a whole alien hanging from a building in this town?
Oh, you talking
Clive?
about? Yeah.
I don't know where.
We don't really know where
He's probably real.
He is a part of Covington now, so he's definitely
Moved in.
He's a
Does
selfie
he
station.
own property or does he rent?
I think he probably owns the building he's hanging off of. You know what I mean? He's probably got some dough. He probably got some money to buy some buildings up.
Yeah, he's got money.
There's a parking structure he's on.
It's
So
illegal.
he's,
Okay.
yeah, he's,
Any property?
yeah, but that's the thing is, in situations like that with, alien exists, paranormal, conspiracy, anything that's something that people talk about a little bit amongst themselves, but society kind of like shies away from. But any situations in the band other than that, like that's wild. Anything in your life that you've noticed that made you a believer or made you question reality? Any situations?
Well, I feel like this might segue nicely into the next song, unless these guys want to tell some truths about the things that
Yeah, you got one. I didn't think about it.
I don't believe in the moon. I think it's just the back of the sun.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I always ask. I like to ask if you thought the moon landing was real or not. You know what I mean? That's also.
Oh, they landed on it, but it was just the backside of the sun. They still landed there. It's not good on the backside.
The sun
Look,
is
have you ever been to the backside of the sun?
I haven't been to the backside of any planet or anything in the solar system. I'm not there yet, but one day the goal is to go to space.
That's a different kind of moon. So,
All right. The blue moon kind. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think if we're going to talk about some of these darker truths that we find in our lives, there was a day that I was sitting with my dad, Papa Phil, on vacation, and we've been drinking since we got up. And he looked at me and he said, "You written any songs yet today, Matt?" And I said, "I've been with you the whole time. When do you think I snuck away and wrote you a ditty?" And like any supportive parent, he goes, "Well, why don't you get on that?" So I took the rest of his beer and I came back with this. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. It's been a little minute since I kicked it with the game. It's been a minute, no. I feel my spirit up in an element. I can go up the top, it's from the heart, but you know that we rise where we're going. It's all we go up and go right. And you know they're gonna know it's right. Look in his eyes, see hearts and mind. Understand this is just the start, and that's when I let it go. Let's go. Like a place to live, we go, go. But right now we got on the road, so let's go, let's go.
Yeah, huge job for John G. He was running the live stream down there and shows up here, plays a whole little set in like what, 20 seconds of madness, and now we're back. Holy,
He managed to knock over my Red Bull but not spill a drop. That's some voodoo shit.
right? And he mentioned glasses, the hard light, he did it all.
Bango, bango.
Woo! Let's talk for just 1 second. Yeah, man. That was awesome. That was the first as well.
That's how me and John G met. I was playing on Fountain Square. I'm like a 17-year-old kid. I'm playing this club called the Mint Martini, okay? It was some upscale shit.
That's why our parents are such diehards, because they had to take Matt to the bar.
It took me to so many
Matt was
gigs
so
for so
little,
long.
and he couldn't back go in the bar alone. So mom and dad had to turn their lives over to the bars so that they could support his career.
We came to the dark side. They gave me some sweet
Let's
words.
shout out to mom and dad. That was amazing. That is support. That is it's not amazing, but it's inspirational that people out there that support others, whether it's family, friends, that are people out there that are driving their kids at 17, 16, 15 at talented ages and having to go to places where they have to have like written consent to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
Right, it's a pretty amazing thing, yeah.
Well, if there's anything I can add to that, when you have relationships in your life that feel formative, that lift you up, that feel supportive, the greatest thing is not the small gifts, it is to be able to reciprocate that in your life, however you feel fit. So when someone pours unconditional love into you, can you pour it into somebody else and keep that train rolling? It's like those funny memes you see of people going through the Wendy's line and trying to pay for the person behind them, only to get behind that person and get to me. What's that from, Nick? We talking about the, I forgot that shit. Moving on.
That's actually really interesting you say that. Someone paid, I was in college, I was in Lexington, and someone paid, I was at Wendy's, and I go to Macy's, that was where I work, and someone in front of me paid for my food, and I was like, bro, college student, and they paid for it. I didn't have much money.
Did you cry?
That's when I learned to pay it forward. That's like that moment I was like, I had to go to work, so I had to rush. There was no time before I got to work. This is like 2009, so it's a little bit ago. But the thing was is that it was just a moment. I was like, at Wendy's, they paid for it. I was like, I made 2 sandwiches. It wasn't breaking the bank, but someone thought of the person behind them as I'm in a rush to get to Macy's, like rushing myself. And I was like, what? Okay, all right. And then the lady was like, pay it forward. And I was like, I will, thank you. And I flew off, but
The unconditional kindness.
it's amazing.
You didn't pay it forward. Are we not going to look at that?
I have paid it forward since. Not that day. I
Your mom's in the room.
Yeah, my mom is in the room. My parents are here. Shout out to my parents.
Yeah, shout out to your parents.
My little Charlie's here as well.
Hey,
Shout out
little
to Charlie.
baby.
Yeah. And but I do want to say there's a very cool story about family taking you to shows. I did not know that. That's really cool. They're in the bar scene before you could even be in the bar scene. You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, for sure. But the rest of the guys in here, anybody here like let's tell like some origin stories of how you guys like maybe met, or how's this like Because like it's interesting. You guys have two drummers. How did this come? I want to get to this before we jump further.
Well, so the band has kind of grown from band members bringing in their friends, folks that they felt comfortable playing with.
Okay.
So the original member was Jamarco Thomas, who plays the keys. I was playing in Mount Adams one day, and Jamarco walked by the window that I was posted up by, and he literally stuck his head in the window and says, "You want someone that plays keys?" And we met up the next week, and he was in the band.
But an octave lower.
But yeah.
You want someone who plays keys?
And then probably about a year into him playing in that band, he said, "You should fire everybody." And I was like, "Word." Oh, word. We love the original members of this band, but he was like, "We should get some new guys." And Johnny Disco came along.
I was running sound for the band that he fired.
Well, and John had been running sound for me for a little while. We got to know each other. So John became a mainstay from that point forward. Maybe that's 2016, 2017.
Yeah, the best, yes.
And then, one of the hardest things to find in the world of music and bandmates is a drummer that wants to have your back. And we came up with two of the best in the game out of nowhere. We had a guy that stepped aside and brought Mr. Nick Meehan in. We've been playing together at church. And we said, "Nick, you gotta stay up late from now on. Okay, you stick around." And we wouldn't let him out. And at some point in time, Mr. Nick Hack was brought in by our friend Sandy Rusher. And Nick became the bus driver. He keeps us on task and moving along.
Nick's first gig was at Richie's Chicken on Main Street.
We were shooting a music video for Cooking Me Up, and no one else could make it. So we called Nick a couple hours in advance. I'm like, "Would you come be in our music video?" He's like, "Just tell me where." And I was like, "Richie's." He's like, "The chicken spot?" And we were like, "Just be there." He's like, "I don't know the song." And I was like, "You got this." He's like, "I got this." And then we never let him.
I played a full set with you guys that night.
We went to the Southgate house that evening. I forgot about
I
that.
don't know the songs, but it sounded like I did.
So on top of the origin of it, you've been doing it a very long time. So have you had like big consistency? Has you ever had any like rotating numbers where you just for one at a time, like one show when you need them, or is like is there a roster? How's that?
Yeah, thankfully everybody's always said if I can't make it, I'll find you someone that can make it. And so this band has always found itself with a list of guys that can step in and do the thing.
Yeah.
I've been consistent.
No. We'll list the merch tape and when it's convenient for her, okay?
I have always been there.
Because I don't know if you've seen like Matt Waters' promo, like his tour list of dates, but it's pretty extensive. You have a lot going on. Because when we were first talking, you showed all your dates that you had posted. I was like, man, does he even have room for us? Like that is.
Well, you were kind enough to get us, a couple months in advance. We talked about this when it first came up, and I was like, we'll get something later in the summer, and you made room for us, man. So thank you for that.
I made room. I'll be transparent. The show was kind of based around. I wanted to do a night with Matt Waters. Essentially, it was what I was going to call it, where people could come and ask questions and sit down and just pick their brain. And it was going to be a whole thing. And then as I started thinking about like how I could do other artists on it, I was like, well, I need branding. And then Be on the Stage came up, and then it happened. But it initially started January last year. A night with Matt Waters. What can we do with this? Because I was always impressed from the start. So when I was introduced to Jay Banks and Native, and we were just like, man, this guy, like, it's so cool. The merch, like the tie-dye, everything was just so dope. So I was like, this guy is going to definitely be doing something. People are going to want to know what he's about. And now this is the 10th one. This is the 10th Be on the Stage.
Make some noise for that.
Yeah.
It's a tough shit to do. To get to 10 is an important model. To let yourself know that not only is this doable, but it's repeatable, it gets better every time. So if this is the first time you've been out to Beyond the Stage Live, make it a regular every month, okay? Is it the same Thursday every month?
It's second to last or the last Thursday of each month. We have on this chair actually, I have Q&A cards, and then we have handbills, so it tells you about the upcoming dates, the sponsors we have, the current event that's going on tonight. Take them home with you. The Q&A cards, feel free to fill some out, ask questions. Here in a little bit, we'll be doing a Q&A section where any questions on there can be answered. And we'll do some questions for online if anybody wants to ask online as well. You can do it anonymous. You don't have to put your name, but there is a section. Put your username, your email. We'll send you some cool stuff. But yeah, on to a a little bit off that, I want to talk some sponsor questions. All right. So, huge shout out to Jackie Mayer. She's amazing. She's in the gallery. She's right there. Give Jackie a shout out right there. So, it's really cool. Yeah, she's so cool. But on that note, anyone in your group, whether they're on stage or a part of your group, who in that would get arrested? Or most likely to get arrested? And who's most likely to get them out of jail? Shout out Mayor Law if you need help. Call us.
I think we go in as a team and we leave as a team. I mean, to incriminate one of us does not feel like the way to go. I mean, we should all have your phone number, it sounds like. So airdrop me, because I can get through the walls of any of our government facilities. You know what I'm saying? Bluetooth, baby.
That's hilarious. But who was going to bail you out of jail then?
Me.
I'm very alright. Yeah, alright.
I have an educated salary, but I will figure it the fuck out.
And I support a family that just
She makes tables at a fancy Italian restaurant. She's got cash on hand.
Whenever I go into the restaurant, I tell myself I am the prettiest and funniest person these bitches have ever met.
Whoa.
And then I go and I make money.
This is why I bring my sister everywhere, y'all. This is crazy. You're not what I expected you might do. I call her once a week to get a little crazy on my life, and it's always held up. That's awesome.
I'm trying to be PG. This is me being PG.
We're whatever you want. So no stress.
If you knew what I did for work, you would tell me something to say PG. Yeah, my mother's in the room also.
Fair.
We'd like to retain Miss Mayor for some legal counsel for my sister when the time comes as well.
I'm calling you Jackie. I'm calling you, sis. Sponsor Jackie.
She's amazing. Call her. She'll take care of you. But yeah, so that's interesting. We all go down together. That's cool. That's cool. It's a unified.
They don't need the bus. You know what I'm saying? We can't fit no backseat. We gotta need the bus.
Right. They're gonna have to bring it.
High School Musical.
What did you say, John?
Said teamwork.
It sure does.
They're gonna arrest us for being too funky.
Hey, yeah, no.
Shit's too hot.
Yeah. I say we play a couple songs and then we'll see where it takes us next.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can Baby Yoda ride with me on the next song?
Absolutely.
Or Grogu.
Word up.
All right. Oh yeah.
He's on the couch. He represents, we got some space theme here, so
Is he getting motion sickness though? Shit's about to get funky.
let's go.
Okay. I think this will be a fitting setting for the next song. It's about them folks just born to be bad. You cannot fix them. You just gotta roll them. That's just how it works. Down this road, no one can do. So far gone, ain't more than the Bible zone. I've been gone too long, and I do think what it means ain't nothing will change you. It's just Mr. Johnny Disco to give you some fatherly advice. You know, so we came here tonight and we need some help from our special guest speaker. His name is Mike. So, does anyone know what South Korea's favorite genre of music is? Everyone thinks it's K-pop, but it's not. Soul. So we got these plants up here, Leaf and Limb, right? That's our sponsor? Yeah, shout out to Leaf and Limb. But I've bumped into this thing like 8 times, and you know what it said to me? It talked. Leave me alone. So I was outside on the street, and there was a band playing. It was, you know, down the street a little bit. But like, right in the middle of the intersection. You know the band's name? Pavement. You know, normally at this point I introduce our keyboard player, Mr. Delicious. He's not here. But, you know, Matt, I love you, brother. You really know how to tug at my heart strings. Matt Waters on the electrical guitar, everybody. If you think that you want to know what's up with the rest of Matt Waters and the recipe, please listen to the studio version that came out on our latest EP called Few Words.
That was great. Huge shout out to y'all. You guys just go hard.
Thanks, man.
Just every song. And Grogu's having a good time with her? Seems like it's good.
Be safe.
So I do want a quick shout out to Jackie Mayer. She does have some earrings on the table. She just informed me that they are able to be taken home. So go ahead and take what you want. She's got business cards inside there as well. So go ahead and check her station out. We are going to be doing interviews for the sponsors in the future. So check out the website and you'll be able to see everything we do at www.beyondthestage.live. Check out everything we got going on there and just see what we got for the future. Here soon we'll be making some adjustments and changes, and we like to pivot, so we're going to be doing some cool new stuff with the interview section of things. Because it is interviews, man. We're journalism, we like to, this is an event, but at the end of the day, we want to get to know the musicians and the artists and the people behind the scenes. Like our live stream guys, John G, the recording with Mike Heffron, Zach Dennis over there doing the live stream as well. These guys make everything great, and
That's a huge component to what we do. And again, I'm Andrew Eisler, and I'm hosting the show, and we're just gonna keep moving. Yeah. But I do have a question that's not related to music at all. If you could be doing anything in the world right now that was not music, first thing that comes to mind, what would you be doing to fill all of your time?
Giant ball pit with cash prizes.
Okay.
Picture Chuck E. Cheese and Easter eggs combined in some kind of, I don't know, NBC show with big cash rewards.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
That's very well thought out. You were prepared.
The real answer though is he would probably be out to dinner with his wife because they
decent
go
answer.
out to
That's a
eat.
decent answer. That's a
Him
good
and
runner-up.
wifey.
That's a good runner-up.
Him and
That's a good
wifey
runner-up.
love them an Italian meal.
Yeah. Italian.
But she never lets me
Or
play the
Mexican.
ball pit. She says, "You're a grown-ass man, quit doing that." Did you ask? Normally I ask my mother for another drink on stage, and I bring her, she starts stealing my gimmicks. Motherly love.
I texted her off my Apple Watch. Apple sponsored me. Is that
Shout out.
Shout out Apple because I know you're watching.
Oh, they're listening for sure. So what else, what would you be doing? If you could do anything outside of music, what would you, yeah, the mic right there. Everyone's got a mic, so we should be, yeah.
Home with my wife and my babies.
It's awesome. It's awesome, yeah.
Astronaut.
Astronaut. Going to space. Me too. Same, man. I'm here. Let's go together.
I want to visit the back of the sun.
Visit the back of the sun, dark side of the moon, Pluto. Let's knock those off.
You should be scared for Johnny to answer. I'm just gonna preface with that.
Oh, I'm excited for the answer.
Oh man, you set me up here.
What would you do if you could do anything, job, anything fun, whatever? If you weren't playing music and you weren't doing it anymore, you would just spend your days doing it, retirement if you will, what would you do?
Retirement. Well, see, like you say retirement, typically I'm thinking like, well, I just want to be on a beach with a Blackstone making quesadillas and
Quesadillas, okay. All right, that's cool.
That sounds great, but like, if we're talking superpowers here, I kind of would like to go into the middle of Saturn and just see what it's like in Saturn's core. Like, I can't do that as a human, but like, if you're giving us carte blanche, like,
Yeah.
I want to see the inside of Saturn, or even better yet, J1407b, which is a super Saturn that's like 90 million light years away.
Let's go!
It's got like 10 times.
Let's go! I hear you, let's go!
It's bigger than Jupiter. I want to see what it's like in the middle of that thing. Like, come on, let's check it out.
I'm here for it.
Johnny just good to say if he could do anything in
Yeah.
this world, he'd be a Dillo flipper. A case of Dillo flipper.
That's the next kind of where I'm going. Anyone in the group, the band, everyone cook? You cook?
Oh, hell yeah, I cook.
Yeah.
Matt, also, fun fact, can't cook for shit. However, he takes cooking lessons with our mother on Tuesdays. And then he takes it home to his wifey, and he pretends that he did it all himself, but Mom did it.
I'm trying.
I see it.
I'm busting my ass over here.
Yeah.
His cutting skills have improved. I'm no longer scared of his ability to cut an onion. But
Speaking of
Mom,
onions, yeah, let's turn it over to Johnny Disco.
Johnny, talk about onions.
Well, so on my bachelor party last year, John acquired 407 onions to proceed to slice and dice and get them ready for the entire week.
407?
It was a pile of onions that you couldn't believe existed.
Here's the best part.
We ran out.
Oh, okay. So what do you cook? What's your favorite to cook, Johnny?
Okay,
We
all
heard
right. I can go.
quesadillas.
Look, all right, I'm gonna out myself. Born and raised Cincinnatian, I make my grandma's homemade ghetto recipe. All right? Yes. That's what I'll make it. Yeah. I usually make it around Christmas because we get together on Christmas. It's peasant food. It's pork and beef and oats and lots of onions, and you fry it up. It's delicious.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want here. You bring it to the next Beyond the Stage, you can go. You're already able to come in. Anyone that's performed on Beyond the Stage or is on the couch is forever guest listed. So we've got all the artists that come back. Yep, forever. Any Beyond the Stage event going forward. So, congratulations.
I'll be here
Yes.
every Thursday for eternity.
Guys cook? You guys have any
Working on it.
Working on it, all right.
Yeah.
Lessons with him on Tuesday?
No, I don't trust it, but
Trust Mary Carol? Don't say that to
I
her
don't
face.
trust man.
Fair.
Yet.
Yet.
Nick me has bigger PBJs for the babies.
I am. We do a lot of grilled cheese, but
I was gonna ask, how's your grilled cheese game? How's that? Yeah.
not bad.
Not bad.
But that's all I got. My wife.
That's cool. That's enough. That's enough. Cheese and bread, you're good.
Rule
That's
number
all my
one.
toddler wants anyway.
Right.
So, it's-
Right. I totally can relate. I got a 4-year-old, I understand.
Rule number one. Sharp knife. Sharp is safe. Dull is dangerous. Remember that, folks.
Good facts, Johnny. Matt is probably best at making a ziti now. I'd probably say that's up there.
I'm working on
You've got a
the
critic down here too. She's
Yeah.
able to take care of all the aspects.
Yeah.
She hasn't been this mean since we were like 12 and 16. I mean, she's swinging from the hip tonight.
I think you're
Yeah,
going to
I'm
learn
letting
about it. It's
loose.
awesome.
Letting loose. Summer break, I'm crazy.
Summer break.
Yeah, actually, I'm not on break till next week, but
Break from what?
I am a special ed coordinator.
Okay, alright.
I feel
Respect.
like I'm stating
Respect.
that when I'm drinking and I'm in this environment. That's why I said it that way. But yes,
Fair. No.
that is my career. I run special education for our school district.
Full respect. And you do deserve a drink. You are a babe, so enjoy.
Yeah, my job's hard.
Yeah. Right. So, do you guys ever have like collective like dinner band meetings, like back practice where you meet each other and you guys like? Because band practice we always used to bring. Not always, but like a lot of times we bring some food, people get to snack, and then we jam. You know, kind of thing. You go do that?
Most of our meals take place, like if we're gonna eat together, it's either on the road or after a gig, so no one's normally cooking.
Okay,
Tell them though about the coolers that Mary Carol packs you for your trips to go.
Yeah, my mother will take a cooler to a level that you couldn't even see on storage wars. I mean, she has to the brim with delicacies, and there's just a lot of love poured in. We ravish those things.
You gotta shout out the cinnamon buns.
And the cinnamon rolls. My mother makes cinnamon rolls.
Think about it.
It can bring world peace. It can bring world peace, but there's a quantity issue with that.
Here soon we're gonna get to some questions on here, but just check them out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. If anyone has any more questions, though, feel free to bring them up, and we will take them. But that'll start in about 5 minutes. Yeah, so the band, like on tour, that's kind of direction I'd like to go to. So how is touring? Because we were talking on your podcast. You're kind of rare air, man. You're kind of a unique situation in general in the music community. Because most people tour in a band or tour on their own, and they don't have residencies at places like Fishbowl on the Banks or different places where they're playing regularly in their city. They might play solo, like a frontman might play solo when his band's touring his home, whatever. But you're playing as yourself with the get up, whether it's just the drums by yourself or whatever. But you also tour on it, and I mean you bring some legit musicians everywhere you go. So how was that like balance from on tour in that setting to a residency where people can like go see A Hi to Matt on Sunday night or what have you?
Yeah, it depends on the venue and what they want. You know, when we're working on road dates, we're trying to find cities and venues where we can make relationships similar to what's going on tonight. I mean, y'all trust us with your Thursday, and we take that kind of thing seriously.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it. I mean, you can't beg people for that kind of kindness. You just got to work your hardest and see that what you have to offer is something that they want to take into their lives. So again, it means the world. But when you do that in markets where someone's never heard of you, it's going to take a while to build on that. And if we took the whole 9-piece band out there, there's nothing to build up to. So most of the time, I'll step into new territory by myself. I bring my looper set up, and start to make some friends, give out some stickers, and hope the next time we're ready for the trio, then the 4-piece. Then we scale up from there. And sometimes you get the full ruckus, and sometimes I gotta just ride solo. Yeah, but I'm grateful that I've been playing out since I was 13, 14 years old, and in the last 5, 6 years, we played 275 shows, whether it's just me or with the band. So most nights of the week, we're out there trying to get these tunes to people's lives, because the only way that people are going to include you is if it's easy. And y'all make it easy on us by showing up tonight, but we want to find songs that are going to fit into your world, so you keep stepping up to bat and giving what you got to offer.
The amount of shows you play this blew my mind, I will say. The amount of how much work you're putting in on just the front of booking. Because, booking is what I do here as a promoter, and that is a challenge to book all these other artists that are only playing one show every 6 weeks. You're booking 200 plus, over 100 in general. We talk about 10 events is a lot. You know what I mean? So how do you manage that? Your booking company, how's it go?
All self-managed.
All self-managed.
Always been self-managed. My dad occasionally helps. My dad's the master of the LinkedIn. He'll get me in any room that we gotta be. If I'm playing in California, normally he's coming with and making sure that I don't sleep in my car. My parents try to avoid letting me do that, and God bless them for it, because that's messy.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that Cincinnati people call enough that, we get to play at a beautiful spot like Jeff Ruby's, we get to play at a spot like Madison Live. I do my weekly thing down in Banks, and when people come asking for it, there's only one thing that we got to give, which is the love in the shape of the funk,
Yeah, funk them up. Right, I get it.
I think something that's super special about Matt too is that when he started, it wasn't his own gigs. When he started, it was him, his guitar, and we would go to Hilton Head Island every single summer, and he would sit his little butt on the swing, and he'd play his guitar and play his heart out, and then he would ask all the guys that played at the resort, hey, can I play a song with you? And eventually they were like, I guess if you're going to keep asking me. And ultimately, Matt became such a focal part of their world that he really got to experience being a musician and being a professional in that space. And they love him, and Matt now goes down there annually to work. He doesn't go down there just to have fun, but he goes down there to work. So I think it's super cool that the community of music is a space where you can just ask, and that's what Matt did. He simply asked, and his character showed through, and they just had faith in him that he would be good enough, and he made it work, and he's made a career out of it, which I think is super amazing.
Oh, I totally agree. That's awesome, man. Making a career is something that you love. That's peak. That's peak performance, because when you're loving it, you're not even working at that point. You're living, and financially you're being, financials are not everything, of course. Money's not everything, but you have to mentioned Duke earlier, you gotta turn the lights on, right? So you can power such an amazing studio that I was able to go to. Yeah. Now, I do want to ask a few questions from the crowd, so I'm going to get onto this, and then I'll have one more question, and then we'll close the night out with some jamming.
Sounds good.
All right. The first one I have is, what would be a collab that you would like to do?
I think when it comes to collaboration to the level that I'm at, finding artists that know how to push the way that you know how to push. Being on the independent struggle is a very different thing. But in Cincinnati, we got some folks that really kill the game in a special way. So someone that I've had my eye on working with for a long time is Miss Siri Amani. Okay, and if y'all have it, try it. Okay, please check it out.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Next level.
I'm gonna add to that too, that's something again that I'm obviously Matt's #1 fan. Sorry, Mom and Emily, but it's me. But Matt also hosts a singer-songwriter night once a month. And I think that's really cool that he brings in people that are trying to learn the world of music and get them to move to the capacity of which he's working at. So I think that that's also really special in regards to collaboration and people that would be strong contenders to collaborate with him.
And the monthly news happens the first Monday of the month at Little Miami Brewing Company. It's the monthly news is on Wednesdays now. I'm sorry, everybody. So the first Wednesday of the month at Little Miami, second Wednesday of the month at the Acres. Songwriters, hit me up. I want to make space for the folks that got songs in their lives that they got to share.
That's awesome. Let's get a shout out for that. Anytime you're in the ring.
Nice too. I mean, genuinely.
Right.
Who was so nice to say, I want to push people to move towards their best self.
Success.
That's bad.
That is
Not many people do that.
yeah,
but
inspirational. And
Maddie does.
it's hard enough out here to just figure it out. You have to have you got the passion, you got to have the drive, and then you have the talent. Then you have to meet the people, and then go from there, and you're a person to meet. So, but the next question I have, someone asked, "Are you married?"
Emily, stand up. Show them that boot. Show them that boot. My beautiful wedding girls. We got married on September 30th of last year.
Hey, congratulations!
Fun fact, I kissed Matt on his wedding day before Emily did.
It was a church wedding, and he about sucked the cheek off my face. It was crazy.
And then I have the last one here. Do you ever do karaoke? How do you feel about karaoke? How is the thoughts on that? Because that's as a musician, as you know.
I don't like the feeling karaoke because I like headbanging and going a little off script, and I gotta hold it to that. But the funniest karaoke experience I've ever had was with my sister. I think we were in Florida somewhere, and she just put my name on the list. She didn't say shit about it. She's hammered. I'm underage, so I had to drink. And she's like, "We're gonna go do Superstition, okay?" And there's a place called Senior Frogs, and they have a small boat statue in the middle of it.
You're on a cruise.
She has no microphone, and she's just trying to get me to dance a little bit, so she drags me on the boat, and she's got her head overboard. She's swinging her shit, and I'm just trying to keep up with the energy, and it was one of the most mortifying experiences of my life to be upstaged like that. So I don't karaoke no more, especially with her.
Cannot sing, but I'm a damn good time.
Well, someone must have had insider information, because that was a good question. But no, I also have mixed feelings about karaoke as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I just have a
please, yes.
I just think like most people don't talk about just how heavy oki is, and I don't want to carry oki all over the city. Man. It's such like it's such hard work.
We give him a section for dad jokes, and we're like, just get it out of your system. Get everything you got. And for the love of God, just stop after that. And his brain just doesn't turn off. I mean, if you ever see a pile up on 75, just know it was John putting together something real sweet, slammed on the bricks, and like, got it!
I told everyone before I came on the reason that Matt asked me to do this is to prevent John from telling too many bad jokes. But here we are. He's still finding a way to smuggle them in.
That's awesome. But before we wrap it up here, I do want to give our sponsors one more shout out. And everyone in the crowd, the studio audience, shout out to you as well. Thank you for being here. It's huge. We've made it to 10 Beyond the Stage lives. It's been incredible. And we are just getting started. There's a lot of things coming. A big announcement in July. A bunch of cool things going to happen for us. BTS Live is going strong. We're just navigating this world of music and collab with some interviews and getting to know the artists that we love. And they're from all walks of life. And you guys are all local? Is this all local? Everyone from Cincinnati here? All right, cool. Yes. Cincinnati! I'm actually a Kentucky boy, so you know, Florence, Kentucky. But hey, hey, we're in Kentucky right now. We're in Covington. Listen.
I only kind of do.
Only kind of, you're fine. It's a partial, half in, half out. But I do want to give a shout out, Jackie Mayer Law. Yes, she's in the crowd tonight. Kelly's Cleaning Service, Kelly Weber.
That's cleanest.
Thread Works, Wes Weber. The Native Brand, Jay Banks. Over there too, you know. And then we also have Leaf and Limb on the levee. Shout out to Olivia, she's been amazing. Huge shout out. They've been making these plants. They're for sale. Come on, let's go. Yep. And then head to the back before you all leave. Check out Feel Arts. Art, his setup's amazing. The work is incredible. It's like he's one of the best artists I've met. I've been trying to get him on for a long time. It's great to have him here. Thank you, Chad, for being here. Huge shout out. So get you some art before you leave. We got art on the flag. You know, it was an accident that whole thing happened, but now we got art vendors, you know. So here we are. And then, yeah, I'm Andrew Eisler. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, what's up? Appreciate you. I'm very grateful for everyone here. We work very hard, and every month is something different. You don't know what to expect. And shout out to Mike Heffron for running this camera. He's a G man. And speaking of the G, we got John G over here on the live stream. Yeah, appreciate you. And then Zach Dennis back there, he's doing a thing. We have a tip jar online. If you go to the live stream, you can click it. You're more welcome to tip the show. A portion does go to the artists and the show to keep it running. So there is a tip jar through PayPal. So feel free to, help out, support. This is all about the arts. Artists creating stuff for other artists, art making art, and it's a beautiful thing. So, but we're gonna look one more question, roll it out, and then you guys can jam as long as you like. But the question I like to kind of wrap things up with each event is, I'm really big in influence. I think influence is important. I think people walk around without, any answers to the questions they have. But when the influence comes and they're able to find that direction early on, it really impacts where we stand now as adults. So each one of you, who was the influence when you were young, the music positive influence at the very beginning? That when people are saying, no, don't play guitar, don't do that, like get a real job, who was encouraging you, like, come on kid, just keep doing it? Like, it could be family, friends. Who is that person for you, Matt? You can go first.
The one who really kicked it off for me was my Nana, my mom's mom. I got a guitar for my 9th birthday, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I didn't do shit with it. And she said one day, you're gonna take lessons. And my mom said, he's the youngest of 4 kids, who's gonna take him? And so for the next 7 years of my life, my grandmother would drive me to every guitar lesson I ever took. She'd sleep for a half hour in a hot car. Then when we got back, she'd make me play back everything I learned in those lessons. And she sat through the ugliest days of my playing. She came out to as many shows as she could. She'd sit right in front of the speaker, and she'd turn her hearing aid off, and she'd rock to that shit.
Hell yeah, Grandma!
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Very, very cool. John, you're
Well, I guess if you're talking personal influences, it was kind of my dad. He was a deadhead, and I remember being a little kid and going to see the orchestra, and I'd see the double bass, and I was like, I want to play bass. And my dad kind of meant this kind of bass, the electrical bass guitar, and so he went and found a guitar teacher at CCM who said, well, it's easier to learn guitar and then switch to bass. Which I'm glad that happened because now I can kind of play guitar too. If I want to write a song, I do it on the guitar because it's easier to write a song. Matt knows, he writes songs all the time on the electrical guitar and the acoustical guitar. Also, those are both incorrect statements. It's electric and acoustic, but I'm just goofing. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. But so my dad kind of took me to lessons and I was whatever about it, but then my teacher told my dad, I think your son has perfect pitch. And then I realized, I actually kind of do. And I just, I don't know, it's a weird musical thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm going off on a big old tangent, but one time I didn't practice for a recital, and my dad said, John, that sucked. And I thought, I'll show you. And here I am.
Hey, thank you.
My grandfather, we call him Grubby, he introduced me to jazz at a very early age, and I found a lot of love for it, and it's not a long story, like John's. That was about it. Other than that, I had a high school educator who was my jazz director at Lakota East at the time. His name's Todd Hartman. He while everybody said I should go to engineering school, he said, no, dude, you shouldn't do that. And I took his advice, and it worked out.
But shout out to Grandpa. Yeah. Definitely. The influence is huge. You're here for a reason.
Yeah, sure. My father was a guitar player. My mother was a rock and roll delinquent, and together they made me.
Okay.
And,
Thank you!
Yes, thank you, Mom and Dad. before my mom and dad, before the foundations of the universe, Jesus Christ made me, and he chose me to get to do this. So here I am, and I'd say not that it's an influence, but I'd say motivation now is my family, my wife, and my children. This is who I am, and this is what I do, and together, with their support, I get to do this and hopefully take care of them. And thanks to Matt and the guys here, and thanks to the Schneider family, thanks to you guys. That's right. Yeah, I'm doing this, and so I'm going to keep doing it as long as I'm alive. So, yeah.
You're doing it. Thank you so much for the answers. Appreciate it. Well, thank you guys for the answers. That's huge. It's a huge portion of what we are as people, is the influence at the beginning. You can have all the talent in the world, but if no one's encouraging it, it might just go overlooked. So, appreciate the answers. And on that note, it's time to jam it out for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here in person on your Thursday night. You could be anywhere in the universe. You could be on the back of the sign. You could be anywhere right now, and you're not. You're here at Madison Live in Covington, Kentucky. In Kentucky. Thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all. Beyond the Stage Live, the 10th one. We're at double digits. On to 11 next month. We'll announce them online, but just check on the Instagram, Facebook, social media. You know the whole thing. Beyond the Stage Live on Facebook, on Instagram. We got a QR code on there. You can find us through these handbills. Easy to get to us. Send us comments, send us pictures if you got anything. We'd love to see them, and we will tag you. So appreciate y'all, and appreciate you, Matt, for doing it. Thank you so much.
Happy to, brother.
Yeah, man.
My friends, we're going to leave you with a song that we always like to dedicate to the folks that you love from a distance. Sometimes in this life, silence is enough. Your presence is what makes a difference. The feeling of support, camaraderie, commiserating on some things. This is the title track off our latest project. It's called Few Words.
Dancing for me, and if you leave it, that's fine. 'Cause I'm so afraid that there's nothing on you can done right. And if you got something to say, baby, speak your mind. 'Cause it's hard for me to understand, but Lord knows I'm trying. 'Cause you're waiting on the side of the phone. It's the only reason I'm not alone. I feel what it does to live by. It's the company down in the night. 'Cause you're waiting on the side of the phone. See for me, now we can gotta take a shot. 'Cause I ain't wanna hear you sing, but you keep it in single song tight. If you got something to say, baby, speak your mind. It's time for me to understand, but Lord knows I'm trying. Just don't say a word. I'm not asking you to change. I'm just telling you to anything that you gotta say. So if your lips burn free, it's a burden to stay. I promise all mine is gonna keep you safe. On your side of the phone, the only reason I'm not alone. You were talking like mine to company down in the night. On the side of the phone, you're beating on your side. Speaking on the side of the phone is the only reason I'm not alone. The few words that you live by is a company down in the night. Speaking on the side, beating on your side, beating on your side. So breathing on your side.
We'll see you next month. To all 20 fans right in this room. Thank you so much.